All right, pay attention, please. This is Quiz 12 Study Guide. All right, number 1. Points B, D, and F are midpoints. Okay, if B, D, and F are midpoints, that means that they split the triangle, or they split the side of a triangle in half. So in this picture, you got something that looks like this. Right here. So B, D, and F, those are midpoints. Sides of ACE. E to C. This side right here, EC, is 38. D to F is 16. D to F is 16. Find A to C. So A to C. You're looking for this side right here. Very good. Remember that a midsegment is parallel to the third side and half of its length. So if this piece is 16, then A to C is 32. Number 2 is another example of a midsegment. And your picture looks something like this. This side is 18, and this piece is 2x minus 3. Okay, it says to find the value of x. You got to solve for x. So look, this midsegment is half the length of this side. Okay? So half of 18 is equal to 2x minus 3. Or 2x minus 3 is equal to 9. So if you add 3 to each side, then 2x is equal to 12. And if you divide both sides by 2, then x is equal to 6. And the answers are squeezed in on the back over there on the right hand middle of your page. Number 3. Third midsegment problem. Okay, if this is 35 and this is 35, then this is a midpoint. If this is 45 and this is 45, then this is a midpoint, which makes this piece down the middle here a midsegment. So it's equal to 43. They're asking you to find the value of x. All right? So remember, this side is going to be twice as big as the midsegment. So x equals 86. Number 4, B is a midpoint and D is a midpoint. And A to E, this piece right here, AE, is 25. B to D, find B to D. All right, if this is if B to D is a midsegment, then it's half of the length of the side that it's parallel to. So what's half of 25? 12.5. Yeah, there's not much to this quiz, so I hope everybody does really well on it. Let's see, this is about right here. This is where the tree is, I guess. The tree.
So the tree's the midpoint?
Exactly. The tree represents, in this case, since they gave you this piece is congruent to this piece, this tree, represents what would be a mid-segment. All right? They tell you that the building's 130 feet tall. Did we do this problem yet? Yeah, if the building's 130 feet tall and the tree is between the building and the end of this triangle over here, then the tree is a mid-segment. Use the information. The height of the tree is going to be 65 feet. Number 6, pay close attention, please. You've got a coordinate plane, and on that coordinate plane is a triangle. And you are asked to find the circumcenter of that triangle. And the triangle looks something like these. Okay? And this is at -3 and 4. This down here is at -3, -1. And what these are the coordinates of the vertices. And this vertex is at 1, -1. Okay? You're asked to find the circumcenter. The circumcenter is the point of concurrency of the perpendicular bisectors. Bisectors of the sides. So you need to find the middle of this vertical side. All right? This is your y-axis. This is your x-axis. So if you find the middle of this vertical side, this left side, it goes from 4 to -1. Agreed? So it's 5 units long, isn't it? Look, it goes from -1, right here, on the y-axis, and it goes up to 4. That makes it 5 units long, right? What's half of 5?
2.5.
So 2.5. If you add 2.5 to -1, it tells you where the middle of this side is. All right? -1 plus 2.5 is 1.5. So look, this is 1.5. A line through here at 1.5 is a perpendicular bisector. Now, look at your horizontal axis. It goes from -3 to +1. So how long is that side? 4. So what's half of 4?
2.
Okay, 2. So -3 plus 2. -1 is right here. That would be half of this side. And if you draw a vertical line right there, these two perpendicular bisectors meet right there. That point is at -1 on the x-axis and at 1.5 on the y-axis. That's where your circumcenter is. Well, I wouldn't guess on it because all you're going to do is find, do you see the two x values? Or I'm sorry, do you see these two y values? All right? If you find the average of the two y values, that's going to be the y value at the circumcenter. Do you see these two x values? If you find the average of those two, that's going to be the x value at the circumcenter. All right, so you can, if you want to, you can just add the two x's together. -3 plus 1 is -2, and divide them by 2, and that's -1. So the middle of the x values is your x value. The middle of the two y values is your y value. So it's worth too many points to guess. I mean, if you care about your grade. Because One question is going to be a letter grade.
Wait. So one
Yeah. If you get 14 of them right, you're going to get an A. There's 15 questions on the quiz. If you get 14 of them right, you're going to get an A. But if you get 13 of them right, you're going to get a B. That's one question is going to be a letter grade. Could be the same difference between 13 and 12 or between 12 and 11. Always that one question is going to be a letter grade. If you get one more right, I could have gotten an A. Or I could have gotten a D instead of an F by getting one more question right. Number 7. Find the length of AB, given that DB is a, what does it say that DB is? A median. All right, a median goes from a vertex to the middle of another side, or its opposite side. Vertex to the middle of its opposite side. So A to C, this piece, is 44. And they're asking you to find the length of A to B, right here. Well, if DB goes from a vertex to the middle of an opposite side, aren't these two pieces equal to each other? AB is equal to BC. If those two pieces are equal to each other, but added together they equal 44, 22. Yeah, that's a toughie, huh? Number 8. Maybe you can read it if you want while I draw it. If I can. I think I can. A median and a median and a median. In triangle ACE, the big triangle around the outside, it says that G is the centroid, right here, right in the middle. B to E is 9. So this is B, and this is E. It says that BE is equal to 9. Find B to G and G to E. BG and G to E. Okay, yesterday in your notes it said that the centroid is 2/3 of the way from the vertex to the opposite side. If you're given the entire length of the median, okay, B to E is equal to 9. Take 9 and divide it by 3. What's 9 divided by 3? 3. All right? That means this short piece is 3. It means this long piece is twice as big as 3, which is 6. The short piece of the median is 1/3 of the entire length. The long piece of the median, this is the long piece, it is always twice as big as the short piece. So B to G is 3, G to E is 9. Say that again.
G is not equal to 6.
B to G is equal to 3, and G to E is equal to, yes. Sorry about that. That's a 6. All right, number 9. Triangle ABC. If you got room over there underneath 7, you may want to draw this one. If you want to get it right, I would draw this one. triangle ABC. Centroid D is on median AM. Median AM is right here. A to M. And it says that centroid D is on median AM. So there's D. It says that A to D is x plus 3. And it says that D to M is 2x minus 2. So pay close attention right here. This longer piece of a median, that's the longer piece from the vertex to the centroid. The longer piece is twice as big as the shorter piece. Right? We just did that here. The shorter piece was 3. 3 times 2 is 6. All right? So 2 times the shorter one equals the longer one. So if you apply that here, 2 times the shorter one, which is 2x minus 2, equals the longer one. So that's distributive property. So 4x minus 4 equals x plus 3. If you subtract x from each side, then 3x minus 4 equals 3. If you add 4 to each side, then 3x equals 7. And if you divide it by 3, then x equals 7/3. Find A to M. They want the entire distance. So you got to substitute. Okay? If you substitute this x value right here, you can do 2 times 7/3 minus 2. And you got a calculator? Has anybody got a calculator? 2 times 7/3 is 14/3 minus 2. What's 14/3 minus 2? 14 over 3 minus 6 over 3 would be 8 over 3. So this piece is 8/3. And 2 times 8/3 would be 16/3. Can you guys do that in the calculator? 8 over 3 times 2. Look for the ABC button. It's usually over there on the left. First or second one up from the bottom. If this piece, 5 1/3, okay. So that is the same as 16 over 3. If you add these two pieces together, it will give you the distance from A to M. So 16/3 plus 8/3 equals 24/3. And 24 divided by 3 is equal to 8. A lot of work. It's coincidence. Because x plus 3 doesn't equal 2x minus 2. They're not equal to each other. Oh, I know. All right, and then in number 10, you've got a triangle there with some different segments in it. So here's your outside triangle. got these three segments in the triangle. You're asked to name a median. A median goes from a vertex to the middle of its opposite side. So in this case, one of these segments that goes from a vertex to the middle of its opposite side is BD. All right? An altitude goes from a vertex to its opposite side and intersects it at 90 degrees. So an altitude would be A to F. And then C to E, that would be an angle bisector. And that goes from C to E. Any questions? The next 5 problems are vocabulary, so I'm not doing the vocabulary. You're going to have to do that on the own. The answers or the definitions for the vocabulary are given in the answer section, right, just to the right side of number 10.